Hello there, YouTube. This is our YouTube channel, which hardly ever gets updated, but we have been watching the ban list for September 2012 format with bated breath, and I'm going to talk about Inzektors. And a lot of people who don't like Inzektors, and for good reason, are really fond of the list, and they say that Inzektors are dead, kind of like at the end of, or the beginning of The Wizard of Oz, and they say, ding dong, the witch is dead. But I'm here to tell you that they're not, and you really shouldn't count your chickens before they hatch, or your bugs before they're squished, because they still are going to do a lot. And part of it is that a lot of decks, which were their main competition, have now been brought down, and a lot of decks are actually hurt worse than Inzektors. And they really can still function very well, especially because this guy is still at 3. And because they still have their Searcher at 3, which is compatible with cards like Ladybug and Hopper for searching, they can still consistently get the cards they need. And even with Duality down to 2, they still have a lot of search power. Here, I'll actually turn these cards around, reconfigure. And also, they really only, although it's lovely to have 3, they really only need one of these to function, because not only is it a very lethal card at just 1, they can recycle it with Excalibur, keep getting it back. There are multiple things that they can do. And even without Hornet, they can create very easy beaters. This guy, for instance, with him, is a very easy, I think it's 2200 attacker. And then, this is a tech I'm trying out. He's not the best Inzektor by means, but he's a free 1000, which is not too shabby, and that makes him a 27 beater. And then there's Giga Mantis, of course, so they still have a lot of options in their repertoire. And I've been doing a lot of testing with these guys with a build I made for the format, including against Dark Worlds, which will probably be the best deck of the format. And they actually do very well, even with all the cuts. And I've tested them against national Dark World builds, which one got second place in Nationals. So these are actual legitimate builds. And there are other things you can throw in. Card Trooper is very handy. I've found he's very helpful, and Spirit Reaper is very good. And even Armor Blast does a lot for them. I found that to be very helpful. And part of what I like is now Inzektors are still good, but more creativity is encouraged. And so I think you still should watch out for Inzektors. They're still very good, a force to be reckoned with. And people who think they're down now, I really think that's not the case, even if they are a little more vulnerable now. I think they're still going to be taking the meta by storm. And that's all I have to say on the matter. We may have more videos, or we may disappear from the face of the earth for months on end. Who knows? Until then, signing out. Bye, YouTube.